regular city council meeting Wednesday, July 9th at 6 p.m. Madam Clerk, meeting call to order. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Yon,
Present.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Here.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Here.
Councilmember Perez,
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. May I have Ms. Bravo, can you please step up and introduce yourself?
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council. My name is Gabriela Bravo, and today I'll be the Spanish interpreter. Muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es Gabriela Bravo, y el día de hoy seré la que estaré a cargo de la interpretación. Gracias.
Okay, thank you very much. Leading us in an invocation, Pastor Jim Beltran cannot make it. I got the months wrong. He'll be here in August, so we have somebody better, and I'm just kidding. Councilmember Perez will lead us in invocation. Please stand or bow your head, whatever you choose.
Heavenly Father, let us take a moment to pause and reflect. As we gather during this summer season, we are reminded of energy, growth, and warmth that this time of year brings. May that same spirit guide our work today. Grant us clarity in our decisions, wisdom in our discussions, and unity in our purpose. We are grateful for the opportunity to serve and for the trust placed in us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Now, can everybody please stand for our pledge allegiance? Mr. Jim White will be leading us.
Ready, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilmember Perez and Mr. White. Now, do I have a motion to approve agenda as to form?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Cano, second by Councilmember Perez. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now, moving on to our next item, our feature pet of the week, presented by our Chief of Police, Chief Knox.
Honorable Mayor and City Council, unfortunately, Holly couldn't be with us tonight. She got adopted.
Yay.
Yay.
How could you not? Look at that.
We would have Chris. Chris is a German Shepherd. He's 3 years old. He's energetic. He's a great house dog or yard dog, whatever you may like. So if anybody wants him, he's available now for adoption. We'll waive all the fees if you adopt him or not.
Or how about a ranch dog? I see a rancher out here. Mr. Hernandez? You could have 28.
An even number, it's good.
All right. So Chris will be available at the shelter if anybody wants to show up and adopt.
Thank you, Chief. Much appreciated. I know you're working, your staff's working hard out there getting these dogs adopted.
Yes, they are.
Thank you. Moving on to our next item, no presentations, no departmental reports. Moving on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of items in the staff's opinion are routine and non-controversial. These items are approved in one motion unless a council member or a member of the public requests to remove a particular item. I'm going to ask the public, is there any item from the consent agenda that you would like to pull or discuss? Seeing none. Council, is there any item from the consent agenda that you would like to discuss?
No.
No question.
Seeing none, may I have a motion, please, to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Cano, second by Councilmember Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to public hearings. Items number 10, approval of resolution 2025-90, a resolution of the City Council of the City of McFarland calling for the holding of a special municipal election to be held on Tuesday, November 4, 2025 for the submission of the ballot measure to adopt an ordinance approving the transactions to the general tax to be administered by the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration. Ms. Erica de la Cruz.
Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. Mayor Saúl Ayllón is requesting that the City Council consider calling a special election on November 4th, 2025, to place a retail transaction and general sales tax measure on the ballot. The proposed measure would implement a 1-cent sales tax to support essential city services, including parks, senior services, and community facilities, and other general city services such as police patrols and emergency response, pothole and street repairs, and downtown revitalization. To proceed, the council must approve the ordinance with a 2/3 vote. If placed on the ballot, voter approval would require a simple majority plus 1 vote. If the measure is approved by voters, the tax would go into effect on February 1st, 2026, and the ordinance would be added to the McFarland Municipal Code. The measure also includes key accountability provisions such as annual audits and public reporting. Also, I would like to mention that the financial impact for the special election would be $36,000, assuming we're the only agency conducting a special election in November. However, there are other agencies participating. The costs will be split evenly. Staff recommends the adoption of the resolution to call the special election and place the tax measure on the November 2025 ballot.
Okay, thank you, Ms. De La Cruz. I'm gonna open it up to the public if anybody has any questions, concerns regarding this item. I'm gonna close public hearing at 6:06. I'm gonna bring it back to the council. If anybody has any questions, concerns about this, sales tax being added to the November 4, 2025 election. I'll start with Mr. Gutierrez.
I have no questions.
Okay, Councilmember Gonzalez,
No, I have none.
Councilmember Perez,
None, thank you.
Vice Mayor Cano.
No questions.
Okay. Yeah, I have no questions. The reason I want to bring it back is there's potentially our fire services and a lot of things are increasing due to the fact that the state is going through a deficit. We need to continue the momentum of fixing our streets, our potholes, and different things. And there's different things that might transpire through the city where it's definitely needed. Obviously, it's going to go through LAFCO where potentially we might need it for a swimming pool for kids, for the residents that have gone so far over 6-7 years not learning how to swim unless they have their own pool. But there's a lot of different things. That's what's being used for the general tax. And I think it's what we've shown in the last 4 or 5 years that our taxpayers' money we're fiscal responsible as far as the stuff that we address. We're going to bring public safety to a higher standard. We're fixing our potholes. We're fixing our streets. We're definitely fixing our water and the treatment for this water. We're fixing a lot of things that we said we were going to do, and we're going to continue with our staff that we have now. And that's why I want to make sure that we're very transparent on bringing this to the public so they could vote on it and they could see that whenever the city staff is giving any kind of funds or grants, that results are being delivered. They're delivered completely, and we're getting to that. At the end of this year, November, we're gonna have about 10 more streets and the overpasses completed, and that's a lot of work with our staff submitting for grants. And it's not just submitting for grants. You have to do a lot of feedback. You have to have a lot of interaction with elected officials, staff members. You have to do a lot of things. You just don't apply and get a grant. Well, the grants that we're getting here before were a match, where the city couldn't match the grants that we're getting because you just applied. But these are competitive grants, and this pretty much this sales tax kind of gives us that extra boost that we, for the fire services is going to be over $1 million, a lot of things. And in order for us to compete against neighboring cities, to keep our staff, to keep our police department, our dispatchers that are leaving elsewhere because they're getting paid a lot more because we have such a small revenue in our general fund, this is the way we're able to compete. Nobody wants to add this, but when it's a 97% residential, 3% commercial, how are we supposed to generate any revenue when people didn't have that vision the last 20 years to bring commercial to this city? And this is what we're doing, is making sure that we have the tools to give to our staff so that we're able to continue this progress. But if nobody else has any questions, concerns regarding this, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Cano, second by Councilmember Perez.
Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to our next public hearing. Item number 11, approval resolution 2025-82 to approve the cancellation of the land use restrictions, Land Conservation Act, Agricultural Preserve number 7, and amending land use contract. Ms. De Leon.
Good afternoon, council members and mayor. The applicant Five Haven is requesting the cancellation of 38.18 acre parcel that is subject to Williamson Act land use contract. APN 060070002 was recorded on February 28, 1969. The applicant submitted a non-renewal back in December of 2023 that was processed by staff and recorded. Following the recording, applicant submitted a lot line adjustment request for the same parcel, which has already been recorded as well. This parcel was part of the annexation 18 in 2022 and was pre-zoned R1 and R4. Applicant's goal is to keep the residential zoning and proceed with a tentative parcel map. However, in order to proceed with a tentative parcel map, it is required that the applicant complete a petition for cancellation of land conservation since the 38.18 acre parcel is in land use contract. The Williamson Act land use contract was created as a way to preserve agricultural land and in turn gave landowners a reduction in taxes for locking in their property. California Government Code Section 51282A states that City Council may grant tentative approval of cancellation of a contract only if either the cancellation is in public interest or if it is consistent with the 5 purposes of Chapter 7 of the Government Code. The proposed project by Five Haven is consistent with all 5 purposes of Chapter 7 of the Government Code, and staff recommends approval of Resolution Number 2025-85, approving the cancellation of land use restrictions, Land Conservation Act, Agriculture Preserve Number 7, and contract amending land use contract. I'm here if you have any additional question, and so is one of the applicants.
Okay, I'm going to open up the public hearing. Anybody from the public has a question or concerns regarding this resolution? Okay, I'm going to close public hearing at 6:12. Anybody from the council? We'll start with Ms. Gonzalez. Do you have any questions, concerns regarding this resolution?
No.
Councilmember Gutierrez?
No questions.
Councilmember Perez?
None.
Vice Mayor?
No question.
I have no question. It's basically just rezoning or being able to.
So it's removing them out of the Williamson Act contract.
Okay.
So once they get out of that, then they can proceed with parceling their property. So before you I'm sorry, I'm trying to explain.
That's okay.
So in order to be able to parcel out a map or a parcel,
You got to get out of.
you have to get out of the contract.
Okay.
So that's what they're trying to do today.
Okay. All right. I have no questions, concerns. Do I have a motion to approve this resolution 2025-82?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Gutierrez, second by Councilmember Perez. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Gano,
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to administrative agenda, item number 12, approval resolution 2025-98, resolution of the City Council, the City of McFarland ratifying the purchase and installation of traffic calming measures on Mast Avenue. Mr. Yurlis Hernandez.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council members. The resolution before you today is a result of a subcommittee recommendation to staff to analyze Mast Avenue between Taylor and Hannawalt. The City of McFarland has received comments from concerned residents regarding the speed of vehicular traffic traveling on Mast Avenue. The initial recommendation to staff was to install a stop sign at the intersection of Mast and Mission to try to slow down traffic. Thank you. But per the MUTCD Section 2B.05, stop signs should not be used for speed control. Therefore, staff recommended installing traffic calming measures on Mast Avenue and advised the subcommittee about the criteria to meet before installing a stop sign. Some of the criteria that it's needed to install a stop sign is completing a full traffic study of the area to analyze the volume and speed of the vehicles, 5 or more reported accidents in a 12-month period, or hold a public hearing to gather the community's feedback. The direction given to staff was to hold a public hearing for the install of the stop sign, which we will bring back to council on July 23rd and report the results of the hearing. The Public Works Department proceeded to analyze Mast Avenue to determine the need for traffic calming measures. The first step was to gather accident data on Mast Avenue provided by the McFarland Police Department. There have been a total of 6 accidents since January of 2020 to present. It's important to mention that this doesn't report any near misses in the area. After visually observing Mast Avenue at different times of the day during the work week, staff did notice that there's quite a bit of vehicles that are traveling above the designated 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. Staff has identified areas where traffic calming measures could be implemented to reduce the speed of vehicles. I do want to note that staff put together a plan with the most cost-effective measures that can be purchased and installed quickly. Some of the more costly traffic calming measures include center medians, curb extensions, and roundabouts, which would take more time to install and also significantly increase the cost. The traffic calming measures staff is proposing in our plan include additional speed limit signage, solar-powered radar speed limit signs, speed humps, pavement markings, controlled crosswalks, and rectangular rapid flashing beacons. I did put together a little presentation to kind of just walk through what our plan is and where we want to install some of these traffic calming measures. So if you could go to the next slide. Oh, I got it.
That's
Here.
right there.
So this is kind of an overall view of where we're looking at the area of Mast Avenue. So between Taylor Avenue, passing Mission, going towards Hannah Walt. So the stars indicate the areas where we're proposing to install traffic calming measures. So the first star you see, or the first location, is on the intersection of Thompson and Mast Avenue. So we're proposing to install a 4-way crosswalk with ladder pavement marking crossings, rapid flashing beacons, signage, pedestrians ahead signage, and you'll see in the next slide what we're proposing to, or what that would look like. So that's just a little visual there. I know there are some futuristic cars there, but we got the ladder crosswalks, we got the signage with the rapid flashing beacons, with the push button. We did notice that on the corner on Thompson next to Ritchie Park, there's I don't know if it's a summer school schedule or not, but there is a bus that stops there, and we did notice there were some students crossing at the area at the time when we were analyzing that road. So I think it'd be important to include a crosswalk there to make sure traffic is slowing down, and we have rapid flashing beacons to alert drivers that there's pedestrians crossing. Here's a little bit more detailed look at what that would look like. So this would be facing northbound and southbound. You'll be able to see the flashing lights from both areas wherever you're coming from. So that's what we're planning to install in that area. Next area here, it's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to pull open my printout. So the next area here is between, it's on Mast Avenue between Tokay and Flame Street. We're planning to install speed hump signage with the flashing beacon on top, pedestrian crossing signage, also radar lit speed limit sign that flashes when you're going above the speed limit, and also speed hump that's noted there, and also pavement markings that show stop ahead or crossing ahead. So this is kind of, I know there's quite a bit of different speed bumps and speed humps. So speed bumps are not legal on roads. So speed bumps are actually used for parking lots, but speed humps we could use on the roads. We're planning to use, it's a premium texture speed hump, which is 2 inches high. It's used in heavy traffic areas, and it's also high visibility. So that's what we're planning to use for the speed humps. And this is the last intersection before leaving towards Hannawalt. Initially, when we were analyzing this intersection here, this is where the proposed stop sign is going to be after our public hearing. We were planning to try to do a 4-way or a 3-way crosswalk, but unfortunately the ADA ramps, when you cross, they lead to a resident's driveway. So without doing a lot of work or rework of the concrete and sidewalk and ADA ramps, it'll be quite a bit of work. So what we propose to do is install a ladder crosswalk going across on Mission, install a 3-way stop sign, one going northbound and southbound, and some pavement markings there. And this is actually coming in, going northbound, coming into the city. We do plan to put a flashing speed limit sign or radar flashing speed limit sign. So again, it'll alert you when you're going above the speed limit and tell you to slow down. And also, we're proposing to install a speed hump right before you get to the stop sign there on Mission, including some pavement markings as well. So this is the radar speed limit sign that we're proposing to do. I think these are, I mean, quite honest, when I see those and I see it flashing, tells me to slow down, I pay attention and slow down. So I think these are pretty effective. And this is beyond the previous slide going towards Hanawalt. We do want to install some more speed limit signage just across there. I think we have some signage out there that was probably put in the past, but I don't believe they're the reflective type of signs that you could really see high visibility during the nighttime. So we could do a little bit better to install some more speed limit signs heading into town, and also include a speed hump sign warning vehicles that are coming, that there's a speed hump coming up. Let's see. So the total financial impact for the purchase of traffic calming equipment and material is $43,989.03, including contingency to the general fund. Staff is recommending the approval of resolution number 2025-98, ratifying the decision to purchase traffic calming equipment and material. And with that, I'm opening any comments or questions you may have.
Thank you, Yurlis. I'm going to open up to the public. Anybody have questions, concerns regarding this this item, the purchase and installation? We got Mr.
Jim White, 364 Cliff.
All
How
right.
many stop signs you got in there?
3 stop signs.
From Taylor on, is what, 2 more?
No.
No. So it'll just be the stop signs that are proposed to be installed on Mission and Mast. So it'll be one stop going northbound, one stop going southbound.
Well, you've got one on Cliff, then you'll have one on Taylor. Where's the next one?
Mission.
Mission.
That's when
Okay.
they're exiting the town. Entry.
Yeah, but you don't need one exiting the town
Entry.
right now, do you?
Okay.
I'm not
To
gonna,
the-
there's nothing past there. I don't know if that's the last one or
towards
not.
Hanawalt.
Towards Hanawalt.
So let me go back to the slide here.
Which one?
Sorry.
Sorry.
You got one on Cliff already, and you need one, you do have one on Taylor already.
So this is Mission and Mast. This is the only one we're proposing to install
Okay.
right there.
But that would be northbound.
Coming into town and then leaving.
No, that's,
town.
this one here is
But the
southbound
stop-
that I'm thinking of.
He's talking about the stop sign right there. Well,
So-
the turn lane.
The speed humps are very good, I think, but you're only adding one more stoplight then, stop sign.
Correct.
Okay. But then going out where there's no houses, you got a speed limit of 25.
Correct.
Just slow down.
Yeah, and coming in especially.
It's 25.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
So that's coming into town, going northbound, you have a stop sign. Exiting, you have a stop sign. And then you have a speed hump before getting to the stop sign.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else from the public? Any questions, concerns regarding the potential installation of okay, I'm gonna close public comment. Public hearing at 6:24. I'm gonna bring it back to the council. If you have any questions, concerns, we'll start with Councilmember Gutierrez.
Just the question is, when is this hearing going to be, the public hearing?
We'll bring it to council, the minimum of 10 days. We'll bring it back to council July 23rd.
That's my only question.
Thank you. Question, Councilmember Gonzalez?
I think it's a great idea. Safety has always been our number one priority, and this really just matches what we're wanting for the city. I can actually think of a lot of other streets that need this kind of attention, so great idea, and I like your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Gonzalez. Councilmember Perez?
No questions, thank you.
Vice Mayor Cano?
No questions to comment. Yeah, Mass is it's the 99 instead of the city of McFarland. So yeah, it's a good idea that we put some sort of slow down process, being that there's two schools, the middle school and the high school. So yeah, great idea. That works.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Yurley's excellent presentation, way to explain and articulate how it's going to work. And when I brought this issue to you a couple months ago, I'm glad that you brought the data and you brought all the background information. And as far as just not putting a stop sign, because then everybody in the community is going to want a stop sign in each corner, and we got to make sure that the city's not being in a potential litigation, and all these preventative measures are being added, because we've gotten these concerns for several years now, and due to the fact of the school and people are entering our city and leaving the city, there's a park right there, so just adding that stop sign and the other speed humps and stuff like that is going to slow down a lot of people entering our city. So, I mean, if there's other streets and they had these amount of accidents and potential accidents, we should know about it so that we could take action on it. But then we got to remember, it's everybody's going to want one. So we just got to be careful we just got to have the data to back it up. So, but thank you, Yuri. Excellent presentation. Do I have a motion to approve this resolution 2025-98?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Gonzalez, second by Vice Mayor Cano. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilor Perez,
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to public comment. Members of the public wishing to address the council about any item not on the agenda may do so at this time. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes for each person. 15 minutes total will be allowed for any one subject. Please state your name and address for the record before making presentation. Madam Clerk, do we have anybody for public comment?
There are none.
Okay. Does anybody have any public comment regarding anything that wasn't on the agenda? Seeing none, I'm going to close public comment. We have no council comments to respond to some of the public comments, so we'll move on to council statements and reports. On their own initiative, council members may make a brief announcement or a brief report on their own activities. In addition, council members may ask a question of staff or the public for clarification on any matter, provide a reference to staff or other resources for information. Alternatively, request staff to report to the city council at a later meeting concerning any matter. Furthermore, the city council or any member thereof may take action to direct staff to place a matter of business on a future agenda. We'll start with Mr. Gutierrez.
The only thing I have to say is great job, all of you guys, department heads. We had a great Freedom Fest. Great job. I was actually there with my whole family. It's very rare that I get out with my family, but I really enjoyed my time. But other than that, it's great to see that our city is functioning the way it's supposed to. Thank you, everybody.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
On the same note, you guys did an awesome job. I was really pleased with how it turned out, and I know we had a little bit of an issue there at the end, but it was well under control, and just a great job of what you guys did. Really happy about that, and my family enjoyed it, and also for you guys attending tonight's meeting. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Gonzalez. Councilmember Perez.
Thank you. One of our words up here is unity. It was evident that at the celebration, there was a lot of unity. The whole staff was there wearing their red shirts. Thank you. You guys did an awesome job. Thank you, Diego, for putting out that announcement of, afterward of what happened. That shows that we really are here for the city. I also want to say that I'm officially on vacation. I do have a teaching job, but then I also take on summer responsibilities. But now that I'm on vacation, I get to walk in the morning. My dogs don't let me sleep. So where I'm going with is that the walkway behind the community park is kept really clean. Yesterday I saw the city workers cleaning the Sherwood Bridge as well as the walking bridge. That walking bridge used to be horrendous back in the day, before we had this one. So it's very nice to be able to walk our city and know that it's being taken care of. Thank you, everybody, for tonight's attendance, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Perez. Vice Mayor Cano?
First of all, I want to ask everyone, or remind everyone that our Delano mosquito abatement has social media, both Instagram and Facebook. If you would like to keep updates on those, go ahead and log into those social medias. They do post a lot of great information, including even potential public information of any, as we know, there is a West Nile virus in Kern County and in Tulare County. So it's always good to keep updated. Just want to kind of thank everyone for all the great work of the Freedom Fest. It was a great event. I know at the end there was an incident that, happens. I think Fresno, Bakersfield had multiple fires due to illegal fireworks. So unfortunately it did happen. But one thing that really hits me is when someone from the festival committee or Parks and Recs posts things against the city. A post came in. I won't say who posted it, but it is a public information on social media. Well, that didn't go as planned. So blessed didn't happen under the festival committee or the Parks and Recs. And we're supposed to be We're supposed to be unified, working together. We're supposed to be one town, one community. We're not against anyone. We're building a city of McFarland together in one small little town. We're a small town, it's a very small town, and we should be what we are as a family. And so, even though something went wrong, everything else was perfect. And so, thank you for that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Vice Mayor, for those comments. I want to echo what our council regarding our staff. I want to thank our staff, their families, the department heads for making the 4th of July celebration such a successful event. I mean, I had people from out of towns that came to the event and said it was very patriotic and it was an exciting event. And the 4th of July, the fireworks was the icing on the cake, And so they were commenting on different posts from out of town that, I'm not going to talk about other towns, but they said it was very delightful and very enjoyable with the bands and everything else, the food. And, the only question I have for our staff, and Megan did an excellent job, Diego, everybody put their hands, and I want to extend my deepest thanks to all our donors, because we didn't use taxpayers' money. We got donations to fund this the way it should be done. Chief did an excellent job with his staff and bringing in the sit operation, so making sure that we had security measures in case something did happen. And just everybody did an excellent job, but the only question I have is how are you guys going to top this next year, especially somebody jumping out of the plane, I don't think Mr. Wire myself could jump out of that plane next year, right, Mr. Wire?
I want to see Saul jump out of the plane.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people want me not to that. I'll leave that comment to the, but man, Rick, you really set me up with that one. But I also want to thank, and I don't want to leave this city council meeting. Exceptional job by everyone that was involved, and thanks for everybody for participating, coming, and enjoying this event that we're going to try to continue to have these events for our community that our community deserves for a long time. So it's shameful that individuals post like that didn't attend the festivities, and they have such a negative attitude. We're a small community, and especially if you're praying or whatever was going on. I agree with Vice Mayor. It just brings a sour taste. But it's like that old saying, misery loves company. So, but I won't go into those details. But yeah, once again, thanks for everybody attending, Mr. Wyatt, and everybody putting their efforts together. Outstanding work, and I want to give you guys a round of applause because you guys did an excellent job. Sure. Go ahead, Vice Mayor.
I also want to thank the Kern County Fire Department. I know sometimes we forget, but they were out there quickly. That fire was out within minutes. Thank you for taking care of that fire. We do appreciate that.
Man, Rick, you're really setting me up. I was going to address this, but there were concerns regarding the fire department. There was a fire. They came out. They put it out. No injuries. no property was destroyed, but we still needed to have some questions answered. And Chief brought a great point, and we pay for those services. And I agree with you, Rick. They did a good job. That they do a good job, but they didn't do a good job that day by not being there. But I'll leave that for another day. But let's just keep it like that. So, anyways, no fire, nobody got hurt, and that's the most important thing. And it was a successful event. I don't have anything else to report or to add to this meeting, but I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's hot. It's getting hot. Stay hydrated. Stay, be focused and stay concentrated and be careful around your surroundings. But with that, I have nothing else to add. But have a good night and God bless you. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilmember Gonzalez, second by Councilmember Gutierrez. Madam Clerk, we have a roll call.
Mayor Yon.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano.
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Perez.
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez. Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Meeting adjourned, 6:35.
That's a record.